Hey y'all, what's going on? It's your boy Man in the Wild. Just seen the video of the time leading up to the Key Bridge collapse, and I don't know. I gotta say, it looked like this motherfucker intentionally made it a point to get to that pillar because as life stands and as life goes, um, those who are in control of what you know, the information that you're able to get in life and all of that type, it's a very controlled scene. It's a very controlled scene. um case in point, watching this. So you see, the power just went out, right? The power just went out, so it's not supposed to, the way they said it, you can't steer with the power out, so the power cuts back on. And if you notice that when it cuts back on, all right, let's see, because it's kind of swinging its ass towards the pillar at this point. So when it cuts back on, you would think that it would try to correct, and like the ass would swing to the right to try to get through underneath and past the pillar, but nah, the ass swings left to go right into the motherfucker. Right, so it swings that way to go right into the motherfucker. So then once the power cuts off again, you'll see it still swinging that way. Then it cuts back on, and they make sure that it goes right into. And then at the end, I don't know what that little attempt was, because you had all of this time before to go ahead and swing it, the other way. But to swing it to that left, like I said earlier, to loop it around, swing it around. Because it's funny to me that how people be going against alternate thinkers with that. The latest one is, yeah, the engineers wouldn't know what they're talking about, would they? When it comes to the, quote unquote, official explanations of things. They don't know what they're talking about, right? They just had years of experience in schooling and all this type of shit. Like, stop having so much trust in a title, because, to my knowledge, there are a lot of liars and deceivers out there, right? And the ones that seek power and seek all of that type of shit, you know, more often than not would do anything to keep that power. So in order to keep that power, a lot of times, especially if you have a life of bullshit, you lie about it. You lie about stuff. You lie about stuff. Liars aren't just, exclusively, to one field, one area, you know. Like, no, they're spread about, you know, engineers, janitors, what I'm saying, motherfucking restaurant workers, retail. There's a bunch of people that lie. That's all around. So to trust a title, because there's not a title out there that's exempt from it. Title of a group of people, there's nobody that's exempt from it. Hell, priests, Muslim clergy. Nobody's exempt from this whole lying thing. So yeah, believing in just the title, and because somebody went to school and all of this shit, that doesn't mean shit to me. I know what the fuck I'm looking at. I know what the fuck I'm looking at. So don't tell me what I'm looking at when, like, you're trying to confirm, some bullshit. On the other end of it, you're trying to make the bullshit stick. Motherfuckers clearly going towards that. So whenever people do that whole, why would they lie? Can't trust the engineer. Who can you trust and all of that stuff? Like, did the same shit with COVID. Did the same shit with COVID with the doctors. Oh yeah, they're the doctors. Yeah, how would they know how to cure you and how to get? Cause they're full of fucking shit from the beginning. Cause if you're full of shit from the beginning of some shit, and you try to tell me how to get, I'm not gonna fucking listen to you. That's dumb. And these people need you to be dumb in order to succeed with whatever they got going on. Period. They need you to be dumb. This is a not narcissistic ass society, sociopath, psychopathic ass society, like as far as the leaders are concerned. They need victims. So they create the victims, create everything, create the scene and all of that stuff just to get you to run back to them to need this and need like it. It's very fucked up, and it's a very dark way to look at shit, but it's the truth. Just like with all the wars these motherfuckers done started and all of that, whatever blood actually does get shed behind this shit, but they'll start something over here, right? Start some over there, like actually put their people over there, get them people riled up, train them, all of that. Yeah, go fight them over there. And let's see who wins. And then they already are on both sides. So whoever wins, you win. But everything in the middle, you got people hearts attached to shit. You got people dying out there for some shit. You got people starving out there. You got people going through the most. All because you want to be in control of some shit, start to finish, beginning to end. Like that's some psychotic, that's some like man psycho shit right there. 100%. So but when you don't give that shit any of your energy, that shit has no energy. Now it ain't got shit. It's empty on their end because you're not giving. Like they need what you have, what you give, what you had to offer. They need that shit in order to survive and sustain itself. It is a very fucked up dynamic that you can quash, kill, get rid of by simply not giving a fuck about it. By simply not reacting to the bullshit that's put in front of you. Especially not in a way, that they want you to, that the person who's, doing the deceiving would want you to. Because one of the things, because let me see, as they do the full control thing, whether it be a negative response or a positive response, it don't matter. Response is a response, right? And they get fuel from it, what's it called? Either way, shout out to HG Tutor, for getting me hip to that part. Because it don't matter whether when somebody's being, controlling and, narcissistic and all of that, if you, give into them in a polite way, that's fuel for them. If you snap on them, that's called challenge fuel, and their blood is I don't know what you want to call it, motivated to keep going when you give challenge fuel, because they got to maintain that control. you know, the best thing is to just not, like, don't contact at all, don't give a fuck. But if you have to, make it as minimal as possible, you know, not eventful at all, boring as fuck, you know, because they either got to go drastic or they just move the fuck on. Smart ones move the fuck on. You know, but if they have nobody to move on to, the shit dies. Cause the thing that motherfuckers like that fear most is exposure, and exposure um, only means something when there's enough people that they can't go to for enabling. You know, so yeah, man, that shit goes where it goes, and it is what it is. But man, I mean, again, look at this shit as it. I mean, they put it right there in your face. You know, they give it right there to you to see, you know, to use your actual mind, but they know that they polluted that shit so much over the course of your life, you know, that I mean, they don't really have to give you nothing that looks real enough. They can just put something in front of you, tell you what you watching, and you just believe the shit because of who's saying it. Like, that's dumb. That's extremely childlike. You know what I'm saying? How many times have your parents or you parents out there, like, said the most asinine bullshit to a child just to get them to shut the fuck up? You know, and then they believe it because they're a child. So believing something without being able to actually think about it, like I said, that's grow the fuck up. You know, people will lie, especially a motherfucker with a title, and stop letting titles influence how you believe shit. You know, because some of the best athletes are not in the respective leagues of their, you know, that they play. You know, some of the smartest motherfuckers did not go to college. You know, it's just that title shit. You know, an example, like, shit, somebody could have been doing plumbing for 30, 40 years and be fucking horrible for each one of those 30 or 40 years. You know, but you get a kid come in and just, you know, be able to fix some shit. He's only been doing it for a year or two, you know. But if you look at, you know, titles, because this 30 or 40-year-old or experienced 30, 40-year dude, you know, got a company, got a this, got a that. You believe the experience, you know what I'm saying, and what the motherfucker's name is or something. You know, but whole time that shit don't mean a thing. You know, if there's substance behind it, then yeah, it means something. Shit ain't nothing behind these motherfuckers besides bullshit. So, so yeah, as always, man, it is what it is. Stay away from this bullshit, man, and don't allow yourself, you know, to don't allow yourself to be dumbed down by people who intend nothing but harm for you. So, yeah, this keep rich collapse bullshit is confirmed now.